So today we are celebrating finally the 8th anniversary of the show. Normally it's May 14th, but we had Dr. Stephen Grable on the show on that day, and that was more important than celebrating the anniversary that we are going to start today. We have giveaways and we have information about embracing change and the changes in our website. So fasten your seatbelt because we're going to learn and grow together. It's time to dance.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be right here. Right here, and when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice we can meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And for those of you who have been tuning in for the last, 8 years, can you believe it is 8 years that the Lillian McDermott radio show started, and it's become the Lillian McDermott radio show / classroom. So if you've been tuning in since 2011, or maybe yesterday for the first time, which was the show of disasters, we had a disastrous show yesterday to celebrate. We're just doing it again. It was so good, we had to do it again. And so with that in mind, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in for the last 8 years, or maybe just yesterday for the first time. But if this is the first time that you have been stumbled upon the show, or maybe if someone told you to join us today, you have no idea what we're going to be talking about, but maybe you know we're going to be giving some free gifts on this anniversary show, then just know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friends, will feel empowered to live the life of your dreams while embracing a new truth. Embracing the self, this new changes that are in your life. Yesterday, which was the show from I don't know where, it was about change, and I had to surrender myself to the fact that I was powerless with the internet, with the noise, with the background, with everything. It all started with a great intention, which was to be there for a friend while they were doing their grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony, Dr. Currington at a Vision Family, or Family Vision, and my optometrist. But it was a disaster. But was it? Was it a disaster? It is all about our perception, isn't it? And how we look at things. I get to do the show. I get a do-over. You get to try again. Because apparently there was a loop, the loop that caused a lot of noise in the background, and you couldn't hear me in what I was saying. And let me tell you, it was the best show ever, but you didn't hear it. But in my mind, it was great. Has that ever happened to you where you have felt, oh my gosh, I wish there were more people to listen to me or to watch what I'm doing or whatever it is? But you know, that show may have been just for me, or that show may have just been for whoever heard was able to hear. But today, we get to celebrate how a show, an accidental show, has turned into my classroom. My classroom, my journey, that I have the honor and the privilege of all of you sharing with me, to the point where it's no longer a show. It's a classroom. It's a classroom where we all learn and grow together. It is a way of life, a shift in perception. And so, honestly, and I've said this before and I'll say it again and again and again, I can cry. I can cry when I allow myself to feel the honor and the privilege, the changes, everything that has happened for me when I was offered this show in 2011. And it has changed everything about me. Most everything about me. I still have room to grow. I still have room to experience a new truth. And I'm so grateful to you and everyone who tunes in day after day to watch my old shows, my new shows. And for those of you right now, I'm telling you right now, you better get started, because the 20th caller or texter will win the zero installation water purifier, because we're getting ready to do the fast on June 4th. And the way this is going to turn out is that in the fast, I'm going to have 5 minutes with Dr. Clapper. He's going to make sure that I'm okay. And then I'm going to meet with all of you. There have been a lot of people that have come forward to say they want to be a part of this, this experience. And so with that in mind, we'll get through this together. Now, I've only made a commitment to 1 day fast, 5 days in a row. So 1 day fast, 1 day at a time, 5 days in a row. I'll make that commitment every day. And so if you choose to want to win this prize, then you need to call, because I'm not going to be looking all over the place for the text or the instant message or the emails. You need to call. I will not answer the phone. You need to text. I will not read it. I will not tell you what number you are. But I will tell you that if you call 407, call or text, 407-373-5959. If you can enter that phone number on the chat line, I'd appreciate it. This is what you get. This is a actually it's $500. It's $400, $399, $400 water purifying system. You put the water down here from your faucet, and then it goes up there, and you get half a gallon at a time. And we fill up a water dispenser, and we keep fresh water in there every day so that I cook with it. I wash my vegetables with it, my fruits. So 407-373-5959. That would be the 20th caller or texter. Share it. There are rules. You have to be a subscriber at whenyouneedafriend.com. You must be subscribed at my Facebook page. So if you go to whenyouneedafriend.com, you click on the YouTube button, and you will get to subscribe that way too. Of course, you need to follow me or like me or both on Facebook. Those are the rules. And share the show. Show that you really want to be a part of this journey, a journey that keeps giving and giving. Just right when you think that you have learned it all, something happens, like this last week, Dr. Carlos Garcia talking about our teeth meridian and how they're so connected to our organs. Wow. Again, change. Change can be wonderful. Change could be perceived as an annoying little jerk. I'm still keeping it clean. I do want to keep it clean. I'm not used to cussing or, saying things like that on the show, and I want to keep it clean. But yeah, that's what happens. We look at things that we perceive as not good. We perceive it as not good or inconvenience, like yesterday. But sometimes it turns out those moments turn out to be the best moments ever. So there is a quote, and I don't know if you even heard this like yesterday. Okay, so the number is 407-373-5959. 373-5959. And I believe it's for the United States only. And let me just take the moment and type it, because Robert, I must have not heard me that I asked, so, or whoever. So it's 407-373-5959. And that's the number to call if you want to get, if you want to get the zero installation water purifying system. I've got it on my phone because that's my unit. And so I'm very grateful to Puricom that they are donating this to you. It has to be a person in the United States. So if you are out of the country and you know people, tell them to come join us today. So I want to share a quote with you that I read a while ago, and it's by Seneca the Younger. He's a Roman Stoic philosopher. And what he said was that we suffer more often in our imagination than we do in reality. Let me say this again. We suffer more in our imagination than in reality. Yesterday, when I was doing the show, and everything that could have gone wrong, I mean, I even lost internet power and all of that. I could have fought it. I could have been very angry. I could have been frustrated. Instead, sometimes surrendering to the circumstance. You know, we see salmon swim against the current. That's difficult. As a diver, I remember swimming against the drift, you know, when you can drift dive or you can swim against the current. Or is it draft dive? It's been a while. Anyway, it's exhausting. But there are times where you can just surrender and just say, I choose to trust the process. I knew that yesterday, for whatever reason, it happened the way it happened. I could not change it. All I can do is accept it, do whatever I needed to do to make it right. I even called in Matt Bellis, who's going to be joining us later on from Liberty Health Share, and I said, hey, take over the show. Sometimes you just need to surrender and say, what the what? It's okay. It's okay. So I get a do-over. And for those of you who can't tune in at 5 o'clock, like Yvonne from Malaysia, she's tuning in today. Thank you so much for keeping and listening to the show. And all of you, and Deidre, you were on yesterday as well. I believe you were on yesterday. I didn't have anything to really go by. So I had to really accept the changes. And there are times in my life where I need to do something, and I know that I get to experience whatever it is. So there are some things. So when we are expecting, when we're thinking about change, we think about how it may go wrong, how this scenario is the worst case scenario, or how I am not going to enjoy myself because what if it goes wrong? I take away my joy from that moment. But what if everything that happens to you is a gift from above that is given for you to get to that level that you never thought you could get to? What if that change that is a coming, that you know needs to come, that you're rejecting, that you're denying, that you're ignoring? And when I say you, I mean me as well, that we are. What if that is the best gift you could ever receive? And I want to share a story, and I don't know if you heard this yesterday, but I'm just going to try to recall some of the things that I talked about yesterday. The saddest day, can you imagine this day? Giving birth to stillborn twins. Can you imagine the pain it must be as you're delivering twins that are both stillborn. That was August 9th, 2013 for Jamie Hyman and Matt Huertas. And as their year anniversary was coming up, they decided they didn't want this day to be tainted with depression and anxiety and sadness. So they changed the date around. They said on this day, on the 1-year anniversary of Reed and Spencer's death, I call it ascension, where they just became angels on that day. They went through the process of birth and never felt the pain of life, of that life can bring us. And they wanted to mark that day as a day where you do a random act of kindness and then you hashtag Reed and Spencer. And they were overwhelmed how their change of perspective, their change and embracing this day as a day to do good, as a day to celebrate, as a day to make a difference in somebody's life. They embraced that moment with the grace and dignity that brings us sadness or opportunities to that we think is the worst day ever. And how beautiful to change something so traumatic and turning it into a beautiful gift for somebody else, to do a random act of kindness. That's August 9th. It's Reed and Spencer. If you remember this date, August 9th, hashtag Reed and Spencer and do a random act of kindness in honor of Jamie and Matt. Their choice to embrace change in their life and accept what was unbearable, and they changed it, was so overwhelming that each day they look forward, each year they look forward to that day to see how it's going to change somebody's life. So that's what's been happening to the show lately. What's been happening to the show is that, it takes a long time. It takes a long time to create a show, to produce it, to book the people, to write about it, to blog. There's been a lot of things. And as you know, this year I decided to walk away from radio. And it's really a classroom. It's a classroom. And as soon as I started doing that, I started realizing how many sponsors are there out there that would embrace this, change of perspective, change of what we look at healthcare and how we look at being responsible. Even the word responsibility has changed for me. It used to be about blame, fault, shame, duty, victimization. And I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com and click on to the responsibility, 100% responsibility page, where we take our victim mentality and we convert it into being a absolute, triumphant, empowered, responsible individual. There's 4 little questions that you ask, and I've said them before, so I want to encourage you to go there. I also want to encourage you to be the 20th caller or texter. Keep calling. 20th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. We'll get the zero installation water purifying system. And I don't know if you can see it. It just sits over the counter. It's a reverse osmosis purifying system. So you can drink water. When we do this fast, your water will be chlorine and fluoride free, or lower fluoride and lower chlorine than when you're drinking a tap water or plastic from the water bottle. So I want to remind you, 407-373-5959. And for those of you who want to be a part of the fast, make sure that you send me an email at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com. So as I'm realizing that my show has changed from a show to a classroom, Now I've had people send me emails because they want to be contributors. They want to be enrolled in the classroom. So we put our thinking caps together and we said, how can we embrace change? How can we encourage people that instead of having to, because change comes at a price, the show comes at a cost. There are so many different things that you guys don't even see that happen. Like, for example, for those of you, just send me a text, or whoever are the first 3 people to send me a text saying that I want an EMS, I want an EMF. So this is a radiation-free ear tubes. So for people who don't want, and I use this for my tubes, as well. I don't know if you could see it, but I use this in my car. I use this whenever I have anything electronic in near me. Instead of putting the phone to my ear, I have these electronics. So this is by Smart and Safe. So this is smart-safe.com. They've donated these, and you have a green one, a blue one, and let's see. I think this is orange. I don't know if it's red or orange. I think it's orange. Ooh, I like the orange. Orange is a sign of empowerment. And then, of course, there's the white one. We're giving away 3 of these. And be the first to claim it. Ear tubes. They are called radiation-free air tubes. They're a headset. So send me the first 3 people to text me 407-373-5959 will get these free gifts. Well, guess what? Guess who's going to send them to you? Me. And so that costs money. There is a cost associated with this free classroom. So we created, my team created a student enrollment. Now, it's not 100% ready yet. I don't think it is, because yesterday was a day of, we had issues with the internet. So if you want to be a member and enroll as a student, that means you are making a commitment to this show. You are making a commitment. Also, let me know your name. Let me know your name if you want this, and text me your address. I'll let you know if you win or not. So after the show, I'll let you know. And if you call 407-373-5959, I am not going to answer. Just leave me a message. And if you are the first one to claim it, claim the color you want too. So we have a white one. We have an orange one. We have a blue one. And we have a green one. Okay, let me show you the green one again. It's like a really pretty, like a neon green. And those are yours for the first 3 people that say, I want the air tube, and just tell me the color you want. And that way you'll be the one to claim it first. Okay, so with that in mind, we wanted you to know that now you're going to have an opportunity to be a sponsor, to be an enrolled in this classroom. This means you have made a commitment, and each person that enrolls as a committed individual will have an opportunity, whether it's $10 a month, $25 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month, $200 a month. Be a part of the classroom. Be a student that's committed. And on there, if you go to Enrolled Student, if you go to the Enrolled Student page, it'll tell you what levels and what you get. If you are a $10 a month contributor, then you are in the honor roll. You're an honor roll student, and you will get your name put on there. And these are for reoccurring monthly. And this will allow me the freedom to not worry so much about going out there and really focusing really on the show and what the show is about, which is about creating change, about creating a different frame of mind, and about creating something different and new. It's about liberating yourself, by accepting that you are a member of this community. So what does it take? It just takes going to whenyouneedafriend.com and clicking onto the enrolled student. And while you're there, check it out and decide if this is something you want to do. I don't believe it's ready yet because of the issues that we had yesterday and the day before yesterday. But for those of you who have emailed me and have asked to be a member of this and donate, you can do a one-time donation as well. But if you do a monthly donation, that way we can make sure that we have this in our budget so that our show/classroom, the school, can grow, that we can invest more in advertising, that we can invest more in spreading the good news, so that we can pay for things that require, instead of my budget and my money, my income, it comes from all of us. So I want to encourage you. That was very hard for me to embrace. And the reason why it was hard is because I don't like to ask. It's difficult to ask. But once that opportunity came in, I was like, why not? Why not ask? It's okay to ask because we're all in this together. Where can you go and get the information that you get for free? Where can you go? But now, if you want to be a part of the classroom and get free coaching or opportunities to get signed autograph, be a part of the show where you get to be a part of the Zoom. We send you the number and you get to be a part of the show and you get to ask your questions. You get to meet the people. If you want to be a part of that, then now is the time. Enroll in the classroom. So today we're talking about change. And that was part of my change where I said, radio may not be what I'm looking for anymore. But to be worldwide in the internet, where you get to choose when you tune in, when you tune out, and be a part of this growth experience, this journey. Now that is magical. That is magical. So help me be a part of it so that the people, the sponsors who come forward, like Liberty Health Share, like Keep Me Safe Organics, like First Alternative Care, Dr. Grable in Jacksonville, internal medicine. He's a functional integrative doctor who has stepped forward and said, I am going to be a part of this journey with you. And of course, let's not forget the pharmacy in Merritt Island. The pharmacy in Merritt Island, you don't have to just take a pill. You can put it on your skin. It's a compound solution. He makes it for you. And you tell him Lily sent you, and you get 20% off your first purchase. So there's so many different ways that we can embrace change. And how is it that you embrace change? What is it that needs to shift so that you can look at an opportunity instead of a horrible, just like I shared, horrible, horrible moment when two beautiful twins, a set of twins, identical twins, are both born stillborn. Imagine the pain. And you know what? Nobody would blame Jamie and Matt for their sadness, for forever saying, this is a horrible day. I will never embrace this day as a day of anything but joy. The day I got to see my twins, even if it was for one moment. I'm going to celebrate this day by encouraging everybody to do a random act of kindness. That's August 9th. That's hashtag Reed and Spencer. That is the day they chose to shift their mentality. How can you shift? How can you shift? So the way I would like for you to shift is to look at this show now as an opportunity for you to influence how much it grows. So I want to encourage you to go to whenyouneedafriend.com and become a subscriber and make that commitment. Go to that page and say, I am an enrolled student in this classroom. I am making a commitment to change my life, just like Jamie, just like Matt did, when they chose to shift from sadness to joy. Then while you're there and you become a subscriber, check out my sponsors. Again, without my sponsors, there would be no show. There is a cost to it. And help me be a part of that. So check out my sponsors. Like I said, Liberty Health Share, who we're going to be talking to Matt Bellis again, because we had such a wonderful show yesterday. we're going to do a do-over. And we have Keep Me Safe Organics. And let me tell you about Keep Me Safe Organics. It's non-synthetic, all organic. And when you go to whenyouneedafriend.com and you click on it, I am giving you this gift of 10% off your entire purchase by entering Lily Code 10. Beauty products, from stuff that touches your skin, just for lotions or soap, all the way to beauty products that you see on my face right now. So 10% off your entire purchase. First Alternative Care, you just go there and, you know, that right there, $35 a household. How can you beat that? 24/7 telemedicine, family practice. You get your prescriptions. You also get your dermatology and 3 hours a year of behavioral health counseling for the entire household. You don't even have to leave your home now. If your kid wakes up with pink eye, right there, call the doctor. If you feel that you're depressed or anxious, right there, call the doctor in your own home. You don't have to make time for going out to any other place. And so those are, and of course, Dr. Grable, go to Jacksonville. If you're in the surrounding area, I drive to Dr. Grable from Cape Canaveral. So wherever that is for you, worth the drive. If you want to learn a new way to heal your body, that's the way to do it. And so I wanted to take time on this anniversary to honor each one of my my sponsors. And that includes Liberty Health Share, who has been with me on the radio as well as off the air when we decided to just go completely internet-based. They said, we're still with you. We're sticking with you, Lily. And I am honored. Not only am I a member of Liberty Health Share, but I am also grateful to them as they are a sponsor of the show. And so I've had the pleasure of speaking to the founder and chairman of Liberty Health Share, Dale Bellis, who co-founded this. And the idea came with his son, Matt, who has been joining us in the last several months, and I've become very fond of in a very short period of time. He's the communications director, and I'm so happy that I am able to introduce him every other week and share how you two, Matt, yesterday we talked about change, and so welcome to the classroom, the Lillian McDermott radio show / classroom, where we yesterday got to embrace change. And you were like on it, Matt. You just like took over the show. Thank you so much.
You have a very trusting sense of for me. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. It was one of those moments where you're in a moment where you have to say to yourself, okay, can you or can't you? And just have to go with it and say, yes, I can.
And you did.
I appreciate it.
But isn't that the way things are? If you believe you can't do it, you can't. But if you believe you can do it, you will. Either way, you will make yourself right.
I've always felt that positive movement in any direction is good. What sets us back is whenever we don't move at all. Mm-hmm. Usually, people who go out there, try something, and fail can be derided. But frankly, at least they found out a way not to do what they wanted to do.
Exactly.
I've said that in multiple places. As long as you're moving towards something with an eye out for what works and what doesn't work, you're moving forward and doing ways that are or making changes that are very good. Very much similar to what we did with Liberty. It was one of those things that we didn't know fully if it was going to work. We knew that the system could work, that healthcare sharing could work, but we were taking that whole concept, that idea that my family had been a part of since its beginning, and brought it to the rest of the world, rest of the country. And it was one of those things that we didn't know if it would be accepted by other people because it had been in smaller Christian communities out in the Midwest, and would somebody like yourself in Florida, or somebody in Texas, or somebody in California, or people who aren't connected to any kind of faith groups, really, would they be able to accept the whole concept of healthcare sharing, especially coming from a company who is unabashedly a Christian ministry? Mm-hmm. But would that be something that they want to be a part of? And after we had started talking to people, we realized that the common thread that is almost innate in every single person is that desire to be connected within a community that supports one another. It's a very good feeling. It's one of those things that you know you're on the right path whenever you reach those nuggets of truth. And if it's not for those people who desire to make a change in their life, to change the way that they pay for healthcare, if it wasn't for how Dale and everybody set up the whole process to bring in everybody, we wouldn't see the positive benefits in people's lives that we see today.
Yeah, but it takes that minute. I watched a movie and I quote it all the time, and it's called We Bought a Zoo, and I'm pretty sure it's called We Bought a Zoo. I always say I think it's We Bought a Farm, but it's We Bought a Zoo, and I go through this whole dialogue every time I do this. But now it's become the live dialogue is part of the actual memory. But the movie is called We Bought a Zoo, and the quote is, "It only takes 20 seconds of courage to take the first step." And that's how we embrace change. Sometimes we look at change as, like being at the top of the mountain and climbing and seeing yourself at the top of the mountain, but we don't plan on those steps, those courageous steps that take time to get to that place. We've been celebrating the show /classroom for 8 years now. And for the last 2, Liberty Health Share has been a part of making sure the show continues on. And this change, but it takes time. It takes a village. It takes that courage to take the first step. And yesterday you said something, and I want to have you repeat it, because I said to you, can you recall a time where change was something that you knew you needed to do, but there were people around you that were scaring you, that were giving you fear, that were telling you that this could never work. And you talked about how that was your experience when you started Liberty Health Share. Can you go over that again so that for those who missed it yesterday, we'll just enjoy what you have to say?
Well, whenever we were going through the process of starting Liberty, we definitely had voices of encouragement, people who wanted us to do it and go through it. But we definitely had people who were skeptical. And it's not that those folks who are in your life or people that you may meet are trying to be malicious or turn you away from something. It really is. It could come from a place of genuine concern.
Correct.
And a desire to ensure that you don't do anything foolish.
Yes.
And one of the people that was skeptical about not only the concept, but our involvement in the concept was my own wife. Somebody who I thought would just be on board through osmosis, being around it and seeing that how healthcare sharing is just coming together, and she would obviously want to be a part of it. And one day when I said, okay, well, it's time to, like I said before, eat our own dog food, we've got to put our family on Liberty Health Share, she hesitated. She stopped and she said, are you sure we want to do this? It's not really insurance. It's something that is, new that you guys are working out. And it really took her taking that one step of faith and then seeing how the process worked through healthcare sharing that really won her over. Mm-hmm. Because we were in a time of our lives that was very vulnerable. We had just had our first child. His name's David. He's turning 6 very soon. So, but it was our first child, David, that went through pregnancy, birth, and well baby visits and all those kinds of those things. There's a lot of medical bills that are taken care of through that whole process, and it can reach anywhere, depending on where you are in the country, anywhere from $12,000 to $24,000, frankly, to have a baby. Mm-hmm. And so she was really concerned about what it was all going to happen. We had a difficult birth. There was an emergency C-section that we needed to go through, all kinds of medical issues that were related to David's birth. And after she saw the process of, here's the bills, it goes through the organization, the people are funding it, then it is paid, or it's negotiated and paid, that's when she said, why doesn't everybody just do this? This is so much better and easier.
Yeah, it is. And what I love about it, it's like with insurances, you have this huge deductible or this large copay, and a lot of people cannot afford to continue these, $5,000 of out-of-pocket expenses or $10,000 of out-of-pocket expenses. With Liberty Health Share, they call these out-of-pocket expenses non-shared amount, and they're so doable. So doable for a single, I think it's what, $1,000? Once I reach $1,000 of my own pocket, there are no copays. There's no, they share in whatever I go through at 100%. And because I'm a single, my husband hasn't made that shift yet, but maybe someday he will join me on this because he has it through his company. But when we made a decision of being added to his company insurance, or me standing alone with this as a single with Liberty Health Share, it was cheaper to stand alone with Liberty Health Share. And so, but as a result, I was able to learn about this community, learn how I can save money, as well as choose my care for my health. It's truly affordable health care. It's $1 million per incident. And I have to tell you, you can call 855-58-LIBERTY. That's 855-585-4237. Or you can go to libertyhealthshare.org. And you can also go to whenyouneedafriend.com and just click on the button where it says my sponsors button and Liberty Health Share. But I want to remind all of you, 20th caller or texter will get this 0 installation process by Puricom. They're donating it for the anniversary show. And the 20th caller texter, the rules are simple. You must subscribe to my whenyouneedafriend.com, my YouTube channel, like and support or follow Facebook Live, my Facebook account, share this broadcast, and text me, call me, 407-373-5959. The 20th call or text will win. It's a $400 value. Actually, it's worth more, but they're doing a rebate. And if you guys wanted to pay for it and you say, I don't want to try for it, maybe somebody else they cannot afford it. Maybe you can afford it. You can just go to whenyouneedafriend.com, click on the link, and you can buy it at 10% off. It gives you the code and everything. I don't even have to remember what it is. So go to Puricom on whenyouneedafriend.com under my sponsors. But I need to remind you that, hey, you can call as many times as you want. How much do you really want this? 407-373-5959. Also, the first people to text me for a radiation-free air tube. This is what I'm using right now. For those of you, let me show you. There is, if you press this, it actually mutes it. It's 100% radiation-free, and you put this in your ears. And for people that know about EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, you want to have this. I will tell you, the quality is not as good as some of the other stuff that puts the radiation in your ear, but I'm going to sacrifice the quality for being able to my brain not be radiated while I'm listening to or doing a show or listening to a call. So it's 98% radiation protection. Okay, so we got these gifts from smart-safe.com. So that's smart and safe. So when you check, the first people to check, send me a text or a call and tell me what color you want. We have a white one here. We have a blue one. We have a green one. And where's my orange one? Where's my orange one? So tell me which color you want. And here's my orange one. Here we go. I think I'm going to keep this one. So if you don't want it, I'm going to keep it. So they sent these as gifts. So this is how we change. And Matt, for me, this journey has been like the person that you see today is not the person that started the show. I am completely different. How has starting Liberty Health Share changed you from the man you used to be? Now you're a father, as well as you're a husband, but you're a father now of 3. Mm-hmm. How has that changed you, this journey for you?
Well, that's a really interesting question because the whole process of Liberty Health Share and where we started, it wasn't like we were well-heeled people who were, trying to, move money around to make something happen. We were average people. We're very run-of-the-mill, middle-class folks who just were going about their lives and living their lives and doing the best they can. And then when you're a part of something that goes, so to speak, viral, that people were able to touch on, to accept in their lives, really appreciate, you really start to see the significance one or just a few people can truly make, just out of the brains of people. And working on an idea has touched so many lives and helped so many people that it really confirmed in me, going through this whole process, that we truly, where we want to go in our lives really starts in our heads. It really starts with the desire to move. And that change process can be a little scary, but frankly, I've never been one to shy away from a new adventure or a challenge. And so going through the whole process of starting Liberty Health Share has really shown what is possible out there. That you have, good ideas and desiring to give people back value in an area where they have none, has really shown to me that you can be a big part and a big change in other people's lives as well. And so I just think about the times that we might be able to just throw in the towel or say, man, it's not worth it. Just, well, we'll move on to something else. Wouldn't be where we are today, wouldn't be able to see the hundreds of thousands of lives that have been changed, the children who have been born, the people who have been able to contribute to other folks' lives. It's just been fantastic to see. And if we weren't singularly focused on providing value to the individual patient and bringing them into a community of people of like mind who want to help one another, if that wasn't our singular focus, we would be missing out on so much.
And so I want people to understand a perspective here, because you said be able to change the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. The show is all about making a difference. I probably will never know and understand the ripple effect this classroom or the show has made in the last 8 years. I probably I don't even know. I mean, I know it's changed my life, but I don't know how many other lives it has changed. And I love hearing from people that have said, I started your 90-day challenge to self-love, and let me share my first day with you. Or, and it's just been, it makes my heart smile. Let's talk about how many members does Liberty Health Share have today? How many lives have you been able to say, okay, join my journey, join our decision to change the way healthcare is today? How many members have you been able to change?
Well, over the past 6 years, we've been able to add over 250,000 people all across the United States. We've got members in each and every state. We've even got members in Hawaii, and I feel the need to go visit them soon.
Oh, can I go? Can I go? Can I sneak in your suitcase? Yeah, that's wonderful. 250,000 members?
250,000 members. And while the numbers seem great, it's one of those things where you have to stop and realize the individual life, the person whose life is positively impacted by your work, is truly what you're looking for, is really what matters. To see that I myself in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, have been able to affect somebody's life in Florida to in a positive way, in a positive direction, is just fantastic. It gives you a lot of, I would say, almost spiritual encouragement to know that the desire to follow a true, something that is real and true, is definitely worth it, definitely a benefit. And you don't always know the positive impact that you're having, but as long as you're pursuing what's true and what's good and what's right, people around you will be able to see and be affected by those changes as well.
Absolutely. And I put this is something that I am a member for the last 3 years. And it took me a while. It was scary at first, just like, it's nice to know that your wife was scared and you were the co-founder of this, of Liberty Health Share. And so with that in mind, I want to encourage you to consider learning more and seeing if this is something that you would like. You could either go to my website and it will link you to Liberty Health Share, but you can go to libertyhealthshare.org. It's 855-58-LIBERTY. That's 855-585-4237. And you can start, it's like you can join at any time, right, Matt?
Yes, you can join at any time. You're not beholden to the open enrollment time clock.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So I want to acknowledge Liberty Health Share for taking a stand with the Lillian McDermott Radio Show /classroom and saying, we're so like-minded, we want to stand beside you. And I want to encourage all of you who want to enroll in the classroom. Enroll in the classroom, be a part of taking the stand as well, and saying, with whatever it is, whether it's a one-time or a monthly, whatever you can do, there's a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and a graduate program. And all of you, because I'm not a taker, all of you will have an opportunity to receive as well. And so check it out and let me know what you think. Okay, so we are giving away the zero installation water purifying system. And I want to thank Eric Kurbanoff of Puricom USA for donating. He's donated quite a few of these. And so we're giving it away. This is my unit. You don't get this one. I took a picture of it just like my kids. It's like, this is my water purifying system. It's a reverse osmosis over the counter, zero installation. You just put it there like a coffee maker, put water in and get great water out as we are preparing for this water fast next week. Oh my gosh, Matt, I don't know if I'll see you next week, but I'm doing a 5-day water fast, 1 day at a time. I'm committing 1 day at a time, 5-day water fast with Dr. Michael Clapper. And we've got a lot of people joining for this water fast as well. And so that's going to be starting on June 4th. So if you want the water purifying system, you better call or text 407-373-5959 and it will be yours. And you can also go to whenyounneedafriend.com to buy your own at 10% off. So here's the deal. If you want a radiation-free air tube headset, I have 3 that I'm giving away. So again, 407-373-5959. The first 3 people to call will get it. I'm not going to give you, it's just like first one to call, claim your color, it's yours. And I want to say thank you to the CEO of Smart and Safe. His name is Ephraim. And I really do appreciate, we're going to be getting more and more of his products. And there's the white one, and of course there's the blue one, and my things are falling apart now, and the green one. So this has been a wonderful time of choices. It's up to us to choose how we are going to move towards, like Matt said, there needs to be movement. What are you moving towards? Love or fear? Matt Bellis, I am so grateful that when I chose Liberty Health Share, I was moving towards love. I was moving towards that and walking away from fear of the unknown. So thank you so much for taking a stand with the show, as well as being the best. And I want to shout out to Tracy Hughes, who has been my earth angel at Liberty Health Share. So I have to say that.
Well, we love you, Lillian. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the work you do.
Thank you. Thank you. And for those of you, how much do you want this zero purifying system? Huh? How much do you want it? Be the 20th caller or texter, 407-373-5959. Declare it. Say it's yours. And the 20th caller or texter, please remember that you're in choice. You're always in choice. And just when you think you feel good, just know you could feel better. Discover what that better is. Better insurance or better health care. Better show or enrolled in the classroom. How do we do it? Please remember, I'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day
ever.
Good job. Good job. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking after the show.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
Okay, I want to thank you all for joining us. I hope that this turned out better than yesterday. And so I want to encourage you that if you want this zero installation purifying system, that you do whatever it takes to do it. What are you willing to do to live the life that you desire? Yes, on the outside, you might look like you've got it all under control, but I'm talking to the inside of you. I'm talking to that person who wants to do things, but makes excuses. What can you do differently today? What can you choose to do differently today that takes 20 seconds of courage? Is it to commit to the fast? Is it to dial the phone number 407-373-5959 to claim either a headset or that water purifying system? How much courage will it take you in 20 seconds? Are you willing to discover? So I'm going to look down and see who's still here. Let me see who joined us today. Deidre and Ashley, thank you so much. And Yvonne, it's always wonderful to hear from all of you. And Sita, hey Sita, how are you? I'm looking forward to perhaps maybe doing lunch someday. And of course, Patty, I am surprised, Patty. I don't know if you have been going for this zero installation water purifying system, but I have not even looked at who has the 20th caller or texter gets this baby. Isn't that cute? It looks like a coffee maker, but it takes tap water and turns it into the best water, reverse osmosis, without having to do all the installation. You don't need a plumber to install this. You just put it over the counter and start taking in really good water. And so I am so grateful to all of you. I want to thank you for being a part of my journey and staying and taking a stand. I ask that you consider enrolling in the classroom, enrolling in school on the Lillian McDermott radio show /classroom. We're going to have to come up with something different, but I guess the brand is already there, but we're going to create something different and new. And I know it's only going to take 20 seconds of courage. Once again, I want to thank all my sponsors for making the show a reality. I want to encourage you all to go to whenyouneedafriend.com, subscribe, share, help the show grow. If you say, okay, I can't give $10 a month to this broadcast, to the classroom, then do your part by sharing, by giving the thumbs up, by telling all your friends to like the page. There's so many different ways that you can help the show grow. And you can make comments that will encourage us, whatever the topics are. What are the topics that you want to hear on the show? So much has changed in the last 8 years, but I know that things are going to get better. What's that better that we don't know? We don't know. Let's find out and continue with the journey. I am trusting this process, and instead of saying, this is costing too much, I am saying I am trusting the process. For those of you who can join me in creating the show or the classroom that we want to create, I would certainly appreciate it. I'm not one to ask, but I've learned to say, you know what? It's our show. How are we going to take this to the next level? I look forward to seeing it. And I'm so grateful to all of you, and I love you all. Until we meet again, we'll see you soon.